I was recently talking with a Bridging Literacy member and also a very dear friend of mine about how she was heading back after her fall break and that she really wanted to do something that brought her some joy in the midst of having to do so much testing. And the thing that she mentioned was book tastings. And it had me thinking, oh my gosh, I don't think I really have ever sat down and talked to you all about the impact that book tastings can have. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing what is a book tasting, what does that look like inside of your classroom, and how you can utilize this to encourage your students to read. So I mentioned that I've done book tastings in the past, and in fact, there is a very, very old clip. I had shorter hair back then of me implementing book tastings inside of the classroom. So I wanted to share that clip with you again, because of course it is buried within the loads of content that's on my channel, and it's still really useful information. But this video clip is going to share with you exactly how I went through and kind of set up the stage of the book tasting and kind of created this really cool environment for my kids to be able to walk into, and then also shares a little bit more about the process of book tasting itself. So let's go ahead and I'm going to share that clip with you now, and then we're going to come back and talk about how you can really tailor book tastings to fit your individual needs. So I'm going to really quick put out all the tablecloths, the little candles, and get it looking like a little bistro in here. Okay, so I wanted to show you guys really quick what my little book tastings will end up looking like. So I'm going to have a table here set up. I put out the plates just to make it kind of look a little bit cuter. These are Halloween lights. They're going to have to do. I did not stop at the Dollar Tree yesterday because I completely forgot by the time I walked out to the car. So I found this cute little book tasting menu online somewhere, and I just kind of printed it out. It's cute. It has the genres in it, and it kind of talks about what a book tasting is. And then I have a tour of the genres tasting. So this is where the kids are going to be writing down all the information from the books that they are looking through for today. And so I was just going to have them kind of laid out up here so that they have an idea of what books they're going to have the opportunity to choose from at each table. So I thought I had more of these, and I knew I did. I just don't know exactly where they are. So I'm going to have to make do with using red, and then I have some of these that I purchased a while back when I found them on sale to kind of set up and make the ambiance look good. But it still looks really, really cute. I like it, and I think the kids are going to enjoy it as well. I am going to create a little makeshift like chef hat, and I will show you how to do that in just a minute. I'm going to create one of those. I have a little apron that I wear, and I even went out and purchased a mustache, which I think is going to end up being really cute. So I'm going to start getting that together so that I have it prepared for my first group. First step is cut out a long strip from a poster board. Wrap it around your head, get an idea of how it's going to fit, staple it. White tissue paper, all you're going to do is crinkle it together and staple it along the edge. And I might do like 2 of these. So there's one side. All right. There is my hat, and I have an apron. Does this look like a chef's hat?
I love it.
I need my mustache.
I can't look at you with that on.
Why not?
It's creepy.
All right, I have my little makeshift little hat, and then I have my apron. I'm gonna put on some type of like little bistro music in the background so that the kids can kind of enjoy it. And then I'm just gonna spend the rest of the 15 minutes that I have before they arrive just finishing setting up and making sure that everything is the way it needs to be. I will show it to you guys over my lunch break so you can see what it all looks like. One last little look before the kids come in and destroy it. There it is. Round 1 of the book tasting went really well. The kids were so engaged, and they truly did enjoy going around and looking at different books that they may not have picked previously. And then after they had the opportunity to kind of go through. I told them that they had to have a minimum of 3 books that they've really kind of tasted, and then from there we had a little discussion and they got to share a book that they think that they would like to try next week during their independent reading time. So it was very exciting. I've got everything kind of reset up, went around the room, got it all cleaned up, looking good again for the second group that I'm gonna have. Take 2, y'all. Last group for today. It's the end of the day and the kids have already gone home. I am gonna hang out for a little bit longer, try to get some things done because I am not gonna be coming into school on Monday. My parents are going to be here. Well, my mom is gonna be here and my brother will be here in town. So I decided that I just wanted to take the day to be able to spend it with them before they leave me on Monday. So I am getting ready to have a sub. I just wanted to come on one more time and say that today was such a fantastic day as far as our book tasting went, and really taking a tour of the genres is what we ended up calling the day. The kids had so much fun just being able to kind of go around and look at new books. They got excited about some books and they're ready to start reading them, which is kind of what I wanted to gain out of this experience, and also getting them to dig a little bit deeper into some different genres that they haven't tried before. So next week, we realized that we were not going to get anywhere near as done with our DRAs for our running records as we thought. So on Tuesday when I come back, we're going to have one more day for rotations. I'm going to kind of stretch this taking a tour of genres, and we're going to have discussions about the different types of genres. They're going to have some sorting activities that they'll be able to do in groups, and then some independent activities, because their next TDA that they're going to be doing, and this is their first one doing it independently, will be about supporting the genre of their text. So they have to be able to identify the genre and to be able to support it using evidence from the text and their kind of reasoning behind it. So we're going to be doing some more genre activities on Tuesday, and I wanted to say that if you were interested in taking a tour of the genres, and the little, also have it as a book club selection. I am going to update it with a tour of the genre, so I'm going to leave a link down in the description box so that you guys can grab that. So in that little snippet that you just watched, I never really showed you what goes inside of the booklet that the students are using in order to track their thinking. So this is what the book tasting booklet looks like. Again, it is available within BLC, but it's also available inside of my book club packet, so you can also get it there as well. I'll leave a link so that you can go and grab that. So here's the book tasting. I would always print this out on a colored paper just to kind of give it some uniqueness. And that's kind of how it'll end up looking at the very end. But on the inside, which is the part that matters, this is what it would look like. I'm not sure why it only printed on one side. I think my printer just messed it up, but it comes on both sides, so that way you would end up being able to see it, but that doesn't really matter at the moment. Okay, so here is what is on here. So the students would write the title of the book and the author. They would identify the genre. And then it asks the question of, what are your thoughts on the cover? What stood out? Can you predict what the book may be about? And the reason why I put this here is because a lot of the students would look at a book cover and not be interested in the book. But getting them to read the first few pages, which is what they're going to do a little bit later on, would really get them excited about the book. So we talked about how a lot of the time the covers might look old, they might not look interesting to us, but we have to dig a little bit deeper to uncover if we're actually going to like it. From there, it says, read the back. What questions do you have? What hooks you into the story, or what draws you away from the story? So they would add their thoughts there. And then here at the bottom, it says, read the first few pages. What has happened in the story so far? I will tell you that you need to kind of guide students through what this might look like. So getting a few different books that has like a variation in fonts, variations in how big the chapters are. So to help them understand, like, what does a few pages actually mean for them? Because a lot of them will try to just read one page and be done. And that doesn't give them a really good picture at all. So that's going to be what they do here. And then at the very end, it says, would you read this book? Yes or no? And then give the book a rating, 1 being the least, 5 being the most. So all of these pages, again, there's one here and there's another version here. It just didn't print that way on my printer when I wanted to show this to you. But this is what it would end up looking like. inside of that book cover. Very easy to put together for students and to be able to utilize. And there's just so many different options that we can talk about for how to incorporate this into your classroom. I've definitely done book tastings within that whole group setting that you just saw, but I've also incorporated them into small groups as well. And so book tastings are really great in that you can make them into whatever you want. Now, in the clip that you saw, I was doing it on the touring the genre. So students were tasting the various books that were out there that incorporated within that genre itself, but you can also do this for other areas. Another option is to incorporate it into book clubs. So if you have students who are going to be selecting various books to be able to do within a book club or a literature circle, you can have students taste those books and kind of get an idea before they put their votes in or they categorize them into their choices. You can also do this, and this is what my friend does, with any form of like Heritage Month. So Hispanic Heritage Month is the one that she will do this for. And when students come in, they're going to get to taste the various books that are out there that are all around that culture. And then she also incorporates various treats that the students get to be able to try to kind of immerse themselves in that, which is a great way to be able to build in that culture, have students be able to kind of tie their own experiences to it and also get them reading more books, which is what we really want. So book tastings are very simple. You can apply them in so many different ways. Now, the paper that you saw or the brochure style that the students were working with to be able to jot their notes and their ideas down as they were tasting each of the books, that is something that is available within the Bridging Literacy community. And I am going to be adding some new cover options so that if you would like to do Hispanic Heritage Month, if you would like to do holidays around the world, and incorporating some different themes there, you can certainly kind of tailor it to fit the time of the year and what you want to be able to utilize those book tastings for. So make sure that you head, if you are a BLC member, head into the community and you can go and grab that in our resources section. Now, if you're not a part of the community, I would love to have you with us. We have tons of different resources, but the thing that sets us apart from so many other memberships that are out there is that we're really committed to building up your capacity and your understanding of how to implement really good teaching practices that are backed by science, backed by evidence, but that are also simple and practical, that's not going to have you feeling overwhelmed and stressed. So it's a community of educators who are really working to support the learning of students at any age and level of learning. So we are a 3rd through 6th grade membership, and it is a monthly membership. You can cancel at any time, so you can always try it out and see if this is something that you really like. And if you have your school pay for it, we also accept POs. So you can get in contact with your administrator and see if this is something that you can purchase. You can get it as a year. And many educators who have joined with POs from their schools have also purchased the Writing Bridge, which is our comprehensive writing program as well. If you have any questions, I'm very happy to answer those. Just leave them down in the comments. So going back to book tastings, it is something very simple. You certainly don't have to have the packet or the pamphlet. You can have students just write down notes. They can write sticky notes and place them around the room or put them on various posters in order just to share their thoughts of what they think about that text itself. And it's just something that's really fun and different. It kind of takes them out of the routine. And like my friend said, it's going to bring them joy, which is the biggest part of all, is it just makes kids happy. So hopefully you enjoyed this little flash to the past of seeing how to incorporate these book tastings inside of your own classrooms. If you have any questions, I would love to be able to answer those. You can certainly leave them here in the comments. I would love to know, have you already incorporated book tastings in your own classrooms? How did it go? What would you do a little bit differently? And how did you incorporate them in the first place? I'm sure other teachers who are just getting into this world of starting book tastings in their own classrooms are really curious and they would love the ideas. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to give it a thumbs up so that it can get shared out to other teachers. I would also like for you to subscribe if you are not already, and then hit that notification bell so you can get notified when I upload a brand new video. Thanks for watching. Bye.